If you want to visit Egypt and you have never been there before and do not know what you should do, then this video is for you. Traveling to Egypt can be a wonderful experience, really, for you. But you need to set your expectations right and you need to cope and adapt. Because being in Egypt can be quite overwhelming because the rhythm of the life there is quite fast, and the population, the amount of people are huge and the density of people are huge, especially in cities like Cairo. So it's quite stressful and overwhelming. But as you adapt and as you cope with this, you will find that living in Egypt is really a wonderful experience. So my first step will be about the best time that you can choose to visit Egypt. The best time I would recommend is from end of November till starting of March. Why I'm talking about this? Because in this time the weather is really good in Egypt. It can reach about 40 degrees or more than 40 degrees during the summer, which is difficult for visiting touristic places. Especially if you are going south toward Luxor and Aswan for visiting the ancient Egyptian monuments, the Valley of the Kings, and so on, it will be really tricky if you want to go during the summer. The same goes for Sharm el-Sheikh and the Red Sea attractions. It's usually very hot during the summer and it's much better during the winter. Therefore, I would go for end of November till end of March. This is the ideal period for traveling to Egypt. My second tip is to buy a SIM card as soon as you arrive. This is very important and it will make your life much easier in Egypt. There are 4 major companies in Egypt for SIM cards. Etisalat, Orange, Vodafone and We. So choose whatever you like. You can find services like this in the airport, and if you didn't get it from the airport, you can find it in the city center everywhere around you. There are many shops there, so make sure to buy a SIM card as soon as possible. Salamu alaikum, marhaban, ازيك, ahlan wa sahlan. All these are Arabic words that you need to know before you visit Egypt. It will make a huge difference if you have a knowledge of Arabic before you visit Egypt and you can hear some of the words and understand them. It will make your life much better. Getting a brush of Arabic, knowing some Arabic phrases and vocabulary, being able to conduct very simple conversations or ask very simple questions. This is really important, not only in Egypt but anywhere. Culture-wise, it's really important to bond with the people, and language is your bridge. So try to learn some Arabic. In the modern standard Arabic, you will be understood by most of the people, and you can also understand some words in the news, and it's also the written language. The language in the written material, books and so on. On the other hand, for the dialect, Cairo dialect, it's understood everywhere in Egypt, and you can understand people in the streets. If you know Egyptian dialect, you can communicate easily with everyone on the streets. However, the dialect has its different structure compared to modern standard Arabic, and what you need is to know some key dialect words and phrases. And in my channel here you will find many resources related to both modern standard Arabic and also Egyptian dialect of Cairo. I get many questions from colleagues and friends about safety in Egypt and whether it is safe in the political situation and all this in Egypt for tourists now or not. Now it is safe and it's politically stable. Please visit Egypt and don't follow the exaggerations of the media. Especially for ladies, if you want to travel or go anywhere in Egypt, just don't go alone in underpopulated areas. And I think this is not just for Egypt, but anywhere in the world. Another important tip is to dress conservatively. Is respect the culture, respect the traditions, and try to cope with what's going on. Food in Egypt, the Egyptian cuisine. This is a very, very interesting topic and it needs a video on its own. Egyptian food is really delicious and I recommend that you try the falafel, which is the ta'amiyya in Egyptian, and also try the koshari. Another important tip also is to try the sugarcane juice, and you will find many shops especially for the juice anywhere in Cairo. Asir al-Asab, it's really delicious, try it. And in these shops also fresh juices are fruit juices are also offered. So try this specific juice and tell me your opinion. Before I go, it's very important to know that the Egyptian food can be quite fatty. Don't go very hard at the beginning. Try very small pieces, and with time things will be much easier. Also, before I forget, try the Oriental desserts. These are really interesting. Basbousa, kunafa. Okay, prices and money. As a matter of fact, prices for tourists shouldn't be high. A very also important thing is to bargain. If you are buying something from the street, don't just buy with the price that you get. Try to lower the price and offer negotiations and all this and bargain. Because usually that for let us say souvenir shops and free markets on the streets and all this, usually Egyptians tend to increase the price so that they gain high profit, and even if you are decreasing the prices with them, they still profit. So just try to reach a middle point with them. This is a very important tip you need to consider. Also, another tip related to money is tipping. Tipping is a culture and it's a tradition in Egypt. It's very important, so don't forget to tip. And I would say that there's a certain amount of tipping percentage that is standard and known based on where you tip. For example, if you are tipping in restaurants, I would say it's 5 to 10%. So for example, if you are eating at 500 with 500 pounds, so you just leave, let us say, 50 pounds more for taxi, I would recommend that you take services like Uber and Careem. Stay still with me because the most important tip is yet to come. I saved it to the end of this video. So, destinations, where to go in Egypt. Okay, Egypt is a big country and there are a multitude of destinations that you can visit based on your interest. Focus on the south of Egypt, tombs, Valley of the Kings, cruises. It's really wonderful, and visit these places in winter as I discussed before. This is the first destination. The second destination is Cairo itself. So Cairo is a huge city and you will find a lot to see. First of all, you can have a cruise on the River Nile. You can visit the Egyptian Museum. Very near to the district of Cairo is the district of Giza, where you can find the pyramids. You can visit the old Cairo, visit the citadel of Salah ad-Din, okay, where you can find the mosque of Muhammad Ali, the founder of the modern Egypt. The third destination is the Red Sea. So you go to the east and go to the Red Sea if you want to go diving, snorkeling, enjoying the sea, shades of color, the corals. The Red Sea is wonderful. Go to Sharm el-Sheikh, Hurghada, Marsa Alam, Dahab. I hope you found the video useful. Don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Take a look at the description box below for useful resources as well. Thanks a lot and see you in a future video.